is day 25 in pre-algebra. So it's Tuesday, September. I said September. February. I don't know where I came up with that one. February 25th. And we just started a new unit yesterday. Now, I was not here for the introduction of that unit. So I know sometimes being introduced to a new topic in a way that you're not used to, sometimes it doesn't stick quite like it normally would. So we will make sure to go over this in detail today, make sure we all feel good about it. And to begin that, we're going to start with our do now problems. We have inequalities. They're just like equations, but with a different symbol. So let's start by looking at number 1. I have 4x plus 3 is something than 15. What's this symbol? Less than. Good. 4x plus 3 is less than 15. So we want to start by solving the inequality. I want to solve for x. What should I do to solve this inequality?
Subtract 3.
Good. Subtract 3.
You got it.
These will cancel. I'll bring everything down. 4x less than. Good. No equal sign this time.
12.
15 minus 3 is 12. Good. Am I done?
No.
Nope. What do I need to do now?
Divide 4 on each side.
Good. 4 times x. We want x to be by itself. We're going to get rid of 4. Divide by 4. My 4's cancel.
Your x less than 3.
X is less than 3. Perfect. Perfect. So this would be my answer. X is less than 3. So what do I do to graph this?
Put your 3 above the line.
Good. Let's label our 3.
Circle the
Circle it.
Don't shade it, but beside it you shade it to the left.
Yes, then we're going to shade to the left. As a little trick, we can also look at which way my arrow is pointing. Less than points to the left, so we shade to the left. So there's just 3 main things that we do to graph. Step 1 is you just write the number above the line. So your number, that's step 1. Step 2 is to circle the tick mark. And step 3 is shading. So there's really just 3 little steps there. And we did them. Okay. Do we have any questions on number 1? Any questions at all on number 1? Okay, let's look at number 2. Number 2, got 2 times x plus 5 is what than 30? What's this symbol?
Greater.
Greater than. Good. So 2x plus 5, or 2 times x plus 5 is greater than 30. I need to solve for x first. How should I do that?
Distribute.
We can distribute.
2 times x, 3 times 5.
Okay, what's 2 times x?
2x.
2x plus 2 times 5 is, and good. We'll just bring everything else down.
And then you subtract 10 on each side.
Perfect. We'll subtract 10 on both sides.
And your 2x is greater than
2x comes down, greater than comes down.
And after it would be 20.
Good. 30 minus 10 is 20.
And then you would divide by 2 on each side.
Good. Divide by 2.
Greater than 10.
X is greater than 10.
So is this the same thing as What we did this with.
Equation.
It's the
But just
same way
graph it.
you solve an equation, exactly the same.
Okay.
Nothing is different at all. So what we've been working on the last few weeks, none of those rules change. The only thing that's different is instead of an equal sign, we have less than or greater than. And instead of just getting an answer, we graph it afterwards. That's the only difference. So what will my graph look like?
Put your pen above the line.
Put a pin. I want to label my graph.
In a circle.
Circle it.
Leave it unshaded and shade to the right.
Good. Shade to the right. Greater than points this way to the right. And that would be my answer. You guys get that one? What's another way to solve number 2 if you didn't want to use distribution?
Just divide.
You could just divide. Yes. And I'll run through that real quick just in case anyone cares to see a little refresher on that. So this is just one more way to solve number 2. 2 times x plus 5 is greater than 30. Instead of distributing, we could just divide by 2 on both sides. My 2's would cancel. I get x plus 5 is greater than 30 divided by 2 is, what's that?
15.
15, thank you. And one more step. What do I need to do here?
-5.
And we get the same answer, x is greater than 10.
Same thing.
Same thing. Both ways work. Good. Both ways work just the same. Want to try number 3? Okay. Who feels good and confident they can guide me through number 3? Jessica?
You multiply by 3 on each.
Yes. Let's start by multiplying both sides by 3. Okay, and what happens?
Your 3's cancel out.
And 3's cancel.
Your x is less than
15.
15.
Good. 5x is less than 15.
Then you divide by 5 on each side.
Good. Divide by 5.
So your x is less than 3.
X is less than 3. Perfect.
And
Perfect.
graph, you're going to put the 3
Mm-hmm.
and circle the little line. And you're going to shade to the left.
Perfect. X is less than 3. Here is that graph. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Any questions on number 3? Are you guys okay on that one? Good. You have a question? Yes.
But it's the same answer. Because not everyone is already divided.
Yes. Okay. Yep. No, this is great. As long as you know what you're doing and writing, that's perfect. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Let's look at number 4 now. Who can guide me through number 4? Anybody else?
Oh, yeah.
Rhonda, you want to do it this time?
What number you say?
Number 4.
Oh, I did that one. Okay.
Okay. How do we do it?
I was like, wait a minute.
You're okay.
Okay. First we're going to add 3 on both sides,
3 on both sides.
and then we're gonna cancel the 3's.
Cancel the 3's.
10 plus 3 is 13.
Mm-hmm.
X is greater than 13,
Perfect.
and that's our answer.
That's our answer. What's our graph look like?
13. First, wait a minute. First circle the tick. Is that what you call it?
Yes, my
And
tick
then
mark.
put a 13 over top,
Uh-huh.
and then we're gonna shade to the right.
Good. Shade to the right. There it is. Awesome. Okay, so that's just a little review on how we solve some simple inequalities. How do we feel, guys? Is this crazy? Is it not too bad? Is anybody really nervous and lost? You guys seem pretty confident. That's good. I know I wasn't here yesterday, but I mean, it sounds like y'all caught on really good on this. So yay, that's wonderful. Okay, is anybody still writing anything or can I move this? Okay, I am going to move this and we're gonna start a little page of notes. Now, let me ask you guys this because I cannot recall. Yesterday, whenever you were looking through the video for day 24, did we also talk about less than or equal to, greater than or equal to?
The video did a little bit.
Just a little? Okay, well, we'll talk about it today. We'll just make sure we get it. Notes. And it is day 25 still. Okay, so what I would like for us to start today with is making a little guide to help us know how to graph certain types of inequalities. So I'm going to begin with that. All right. Inequality graphs. We're going to draw. So we're going to talk about the 4 different symbols that we will see in inequalities. And this may have been included in yesterday's video, but we're going to do it again just to be certain that we understand it. So I have a greater than symbol, and I have another symbol that looks like a greater than symbol, but with a line under it. So let's label these. This will be greater than. And this one is greater than or equal to. Those, I'm going to draw little miniature graphs. So really just number lines at this point. So the only difference between these 2 symbols, a greater than symbol versus greater than or equal to, is this line underneath the equal to symbol. That's going to be the one thing that tells you that they are different. Now on a graph, what will tell you that they're different is how we circle the tick mark. When we have, for example, x is greater than 3, we would label our graph with a 3. We would circle the tick mark, and then we shade to the right to show that x can be any number that is bigger than 3. So what we're shading in here is all of the values of every number that is bigger than 3. That's why we shade to the right. Now if I had x is greater than or equal to 3, now there's just one thing we do different. This time, whenever I circle my tick mark where 3 is, instead of leaving it open, I also shade the circle. And I shade to the right. So this is the only difference. We have an open circle versus a closed circle. Circle. So while we copy this down, this up. And then we've got 2 more to copy down. We have our stand symbol. What do you think this one's called?
And or equal to.
Less than or equal to. Good. That's going to be the only difference. It's just less than or equal to. The only difference is that line underneath. It's like a mixture of an equal sign and a less than sign. So I'm going to draw 2 more little graphs. Just like on the greater than versus greater than or equal to, the only difference between these bottom 2, the less than versus the less than or equal to, the only thing that will be different is whether the circle is open or closed. We only ever shade our circle in if it's equal to. If it's only greater or only less, we leave our circle open. So for this graph of x is less than 3, how would I label my graph?
With the 3 on the tick spot.
Write a 3 on the tick mark, circle it,
And shade to the left.
and shade to the left for less than. And we leave that circle open because we're saying that x is a number that is less than 3. We don't shade it in because technically 3 is not included. 3 is not a number that x can be because 3 is not less than 3. So we don't include 3. We circle it and leave it open. So this will have an open circle. How will this last graph look?
Put the 3 on the tick mark. Circle it. Fade that in.
Fade the circle in.
And
Good.
shade to the left.
Shade to the left. The only thing that you have to remember different is that closed versus open circle. And this is going to be our helping guide today as we practice some of these problems. So I know that's a lot to write, so I will pause this and give you all a few minutes to copy this down. Take your time, and I will unpause in a moment. All right, so there's our little guide to help us remember what we do on the graphs for each different type of symbol that we are given. So now on this same page, pull it down. So, here's the first one we'll do together. Let's say I have 12 plus 2. We're doing the same thing as the do now. We're going to solve and graph. So, L plus 4x is less than or equal to 24. Remember, solving inequalities is the exact same process as solving an equation. It only gets different when we graph. So, where would I start for this problem?
Subtract 4.
Subtract 4. So I want to get x by
Oh,
itself.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Divide 4.
Subtract 12.
We will divide 4 eventually, but we got to do addition and subtraction first. We're going to subtract 12 first. That's all right. That's all right. So minus 12 on both sides. Okay, we draw our line. And what happens next? 12 cancel.
Bring down the 4x.
Bring down the 4x. Good.
And bring down the less than equal to.
Good. Less than or equal to.
And the 24 minus 12 is 12.
Perfect. 4 minus 12 is 12. So now I have.
Divide 4 on your side.
Yes. Now we divide by 4. Both sides. And what happens?
It'll be x is less than or more greater than whatever.
That's okay. You know what's funny is every single time I teach inequalities, everyone at some point starts calling this the less than or greater than symbol. And it's like, that's not what it is, but it's just funny that everyone makes the same mistake every single time. Yes, less than or equal to
3.
3. Good. Okay, so now we have solved. We still need to graph. So underneath, I am going to draw a graph. Just a straight across line with arrows. And I always like to put a little plus on the right side and a minus on the left. Tick mark in the middle.
3.
3 on top.
Closed circle.
Yes, our circle will be closed. Why is it a closed circle and not an open circle?
Because it's less than or equal to.
Because it's less than or equal to. If it's just less than, we would keep that circle open, but since it could be equal to, we shade our circle and we close it. Now, do I shade to the right or to the left?
Left
To the left. Good. Good, good, good. Now, before we go to another one, I want to make sure that everybody understands each step I did. Does everyone understand why I shaded my circle in?
No.
Okay, so the reason we shaded our circle is because of these 4 rules here that we just wrote down. It's all based off of whatever symbol we see.
Okay.
So since we have this symbol in our problem, less than or equal to, same here in our answer, we have x is less than or equal to. See, yeah. We know that we have a closed circle. We shade the circle in. That's just going to be a rule. If it's equal to, we shade it. If it is not have that line under it, if it's just less than, then we leave the circle open.
You need to circle what?
We leave the circle open if it's just less than. If it's less than or equal to, we shade the circle in, we close it. So since in this problem we have less than or equal to, there's a line under it, we know we need to shade our circle in. We close our circle. So that's our main difference. And then, is anyone not sure why we shaded to the left instead of the right? I'm happy to go over that again too. Just in case, I'm going to show you anyway. I like to look at the symbol itself. I see that it is pointing like this. So if I were to turn this symbol, my less than symbol, into an arrow by just drawing a line through it, I see that my arrow is pointing this way to the left. So I'm going to shade in the direction that it points. Right. Let's do another one together. Let's try 5x greater than 10. 5x is greater than 10. But we want to solve it first.
Five by 5.
Good. We have 5 times x. We'll do the opposite into 5 by 5.
The 5's cancel, bring down the x. Greater.
Greater than
2.
2. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I get x is greater than 2. So once I have my answer, which I do, we just draw our graph. We'll start with a little number line. Then put a tick mark on there.
Put the 2,
Put a 2 over the tick mark. Good.
circle the tick,
Circle the tick mark
and shade to the right.
and shade to the right. Good. Now, do I color my circle in?
No,
Why not?
because you don't have the equal to sign it.
Yeah, this is just a greater than symbol. There's no line underneath that symbol that says greater than or equal to. Since it's just greater than 2, 2 is not included. 2 cannot be included. It's not equal to 2. It's only greater than 2. So we leave that circle open. Okay. So right now, I'll let you finish that off. All right, so there is 2 problems together. I'm going to switch to another page. And I'm going to have you guys try a few on your own. And as you do these on your own, if you get stuck, just raise your hand or bring your paper up to me. I'm happy to help. But I'll have y'all try this by yourself. You to solve each of these. And then I want you to draw a graph. So, graph beside each one. Now, are you guys all writing these on your own, or would anyone really like a copy of this? Because if anyone does want a copy, I can go make them. But if nobody wants one, do other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. I'm gonna give you guys some time. I want you to try these by yourself. If at any point you are stuck, let me know. Either come up to me or raise your hand, whatever you're comfortable with, and then we will go over these together in a few. So I'm gonna pause this. And let's go ahead and look at number 1. 3x plus 1 is less than 4. How do we solve this? Subtract 1 from both sides.
Okay, can I stop you for a second?
Yes. Go ahead.
Because we still got the x by the 3.
Yes, we do. So remember, we do kind of the opposite order that we would normally solve a problem. I'm going to get rid of addition and subtraction first, and then I'm going to separate my number from my x, my multiplication and division. It's so easy to mix that up, so you're okay. So we have subtracted 1 from both sides.
You can bring the rest of your problem down.
Yeah, let's bring the rest down. What do I have left?
So 3x is less than 3.
Minus 1 is 3, so 3x is less than 3.
And then you divide by 2 on each side.
Good. Now I want to get x by itself. I divide by 3 on both sides. My 3's cancel, and I get what?
Your x is less than 1.
Good. I have x by itself is less than 3 divided by 3 is 1. So, how would I graph this?
You put your 1 above your tick line.
Mm-hmm.
You circle that tick line.
Circle it. Do I shade it?
Nope.
Nope. Leave it open.
Yep. And then you shade to the left.
Shade to the left. Good. Good.
We can go to homework.
There will be an exit ticket. I have not written it yet though, but I'll have it on Google Classroom and I'll put a copy in your folder. Okay. See you later. Okay, do we have any questions about number 1? Want to try number 2? Number 2, I have 3 plus x is greater than or equal to 12.
You subtract 3 on each side.
Yes. Now, how did you know we were going to subtract 3 from both sides?
Because it's a positive 3.
Yes. I have 3 plus x. It's the same thing as x plus 3. When you add, you can switch them around. It doesn't matter. The point is, we need to get rid of this positive 3. So to do that, we subtract 3 from both sides. Okay. 3's cancel. So I've got x by itself. X,
Greater or equal to 9.
12, 11, 10, 9. Good. X is greater than or equal to 9. So, how do I graph that?
You put your 9 above the tick mark.
Mm-hmm.
Circle the tick mark, shade it in,
Ah, we shaded in this time.
and then you shade to the right.
And shade to the right. Good. Good. Any questions on number 2? Okay, number 3, let's look at that one. X divided by 3 is less than or equal to 15. How do I solve?
You multiply by 3.
Good. Multiply by 3 on both sides. My 3's will cancel.
Your x is less or equal to 5.
15. Oh, 5. Did you divide by 3?
45.
45.
This one's a tricky one. 45. We did times 3 to get rid of divided by 3. So we do 15 times 3 as well. And 15 times 3 is 45. So I have x is less than or equal to 45. What's that graph going to look like?
You pick your 45.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and try.
Shade it in.
Good. I'm going to shade my circle in.
And because it's shaded, because it's equal to.
Yes, thank you.
And it's for less
or
than.
equal.
Yes.
Or equal to.
So which direction do I shade? To the left or the right? To the left, to the left. Yes. Everybody to the left. I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all day now.
Good thing today's almost over.
That is awesome. Right. All right, there's number 3. And any questions on 3? Let's do 4. Last one. I have 3 times 2x plus 1 is
Either distribute or divide.
distribute or divide. Which one do you want to do?
Distribute.
Let's distribute. So 3 times 2x and 3 times 1. What's that going to give me?
3 times 2x is 6x.
Good.
3 times 1 is 3. Yeah, bring your greater than 39.
Just bring everything down. And now,
You subtract 3 on each side.
good. Subtract 3.
Your 6x is greater than 36.
Mm-hmm.
And then you divide by 6 on each side. Your x is greater than 6.
Yes. X is greater than 36 divided by 6 is 6. So we should get x is greater than 6 for number 4. And how do I graph it?
Your 6 above the tick mark.
6 above the tick.
Circle it.
Circle it.
Do not shade it in.
Don't shade it. Good.
And then you shade to the right.
Shade to the right. Good. Okay. So there's those answers. How do we feel about inequalities? Give me like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 meaning I could take a test on it today. 1 meaning I have no idea at all where to even begin on these. Where would you guys rate yourselves? Shout some numbers at me. How are we feeling?
5.
You're at a 5? That's good. That's good.
About 7.
That's good. 7. I'll take that.
I got a 4. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a 5.
That's good. Good. This is only just the second day of us looking at these. For us being kind of right in the middle, confidence-wise, that's really good. That's good. You guys are doing great. I know we only have 4 minutes left, but I'm gonna give you a little baby exit ticket. Okay. A little baby one.
So do we keep these practice things in our notes?
Yes. And these practice problems are good to look back at. You know, if you ever get to a quiz or an assignment and you can't remember how to do it, you can always look back and see, well, this is how we did it that one day. So that's for you to keep. Okay, this is your day 25 exit ticket. And it's going to be super similar to yesterday. I want you to solve and graph the inequality. get excited because tomorrow we're going to add on to this a little bit. We're going to learn about compound inequalities. So if you're feeling good about this, then you are in great shape. Let's see. That, and if anyone does want a copy of the exit ticket, I can do that for you. However, it's just one problem today. That's it. And it will be due on Friday, as usual. So I'm going to end our video there, and that is it.